So good afternoon and welcome to our next series on the 4-H record books and creating a record book that's going to wow the judges and win the prizes. This week we're going to be, well, if my mouse works, we will be looking at the awards and promotion, marketing, and 4-H impact. Nice and brief. What we're looking for when we're looking at awards is 4-H awards specific to 4-H, and this could be from your ORAMAs, your local contest, state contest, even if you have a national award-winning type element. 4-H promotion, what you do to get more kids engaged in 4-H, or what you do to get people in your community aware of what we do in 4-H and spreading that word. And then presenting impact, what 4-H has done in your life. So looking at 4-H awards, again, we want to look at the most important awards you listed in 4-H. You only have a half page for this section. And so you have to kind of be judicious in what you put forward as your most important awards in 4-H. You might not be able to fit them all onto that document. So pick the highlights, the ones. And these, again, can be things, anything associated with 4-H. This could be at your county fair if you were showing something as a 4-H'er and you won an award. Feel free to include that. Anything that you do in your 4-H program. And here's one of the caveats. So if it's a 4-H project work, but you don't have the opportunity, there's no 4-H contests, the judges are being a little more lenient. And so, like, for instance, if your major project is dance, but we really don't have outside of District ORAMA opportunities to dance in competitions. But if you're doing dance competitions, they might allow that to show that you're doing activities related to your project work and winning awards in your project area, not necessarily 4-H. And so our judges have been allowing that as well. Again, always indicate your level of the award received, so that county or local level all the way to the national level. And always remember, we now have that area one. So if you have 4 counties doing something together, that constitutes an area location or level. And asterisks, anything that relates to that main project. And again, that's where we're going to have that flexibility in recognizing non-ORAMA or formal 4-H events, but that you're still competing in things related to that project work. And again, those are things for things that you might not traditionally have a way of competing in your project area. For instance, my archaeology 4-Hers, people working in those projects, recently went to an Archaeo-Olympic event and they competed. They won awards on that. Those weren't necessarily a 4-H event, but they were competing in 4-H's name. They were all there as a 4-H team, so those could be reported as a 4-H award. 4-H marketing and promotion, this is one that gets a lot of people up in arms. What can you report and what you can't? Again, you only have a half page for this, so be focused in what you promote. And that's things like, and here it says talking on the radio or doing a podcast, or riding in the 4-H float, writing newspaper articles, attending school functions where you might have a booth talking about 4-H. What this doesn't include, and back when I first started as an agent 9 years ago, they could include this. It doesn't include wearing your t-shirt to school. I mean, I would be promoting 4-H every day because I always have the Clover polo on, right? So we're not looking at, but if they're wearing their 4-H shirt while promoting 4-H, you can put it, but it goes beyond just wearing a Clover on your shirt. We want to see active activities, not so much the passive promotion, but the active promotion. And again, include your year and what level you're doing that at. So again, those teams that went to 4-H to the Archaeo-Olympics, they were promoting 4-H. Yeah, they were wearing 4-H shirts, but they were promoting 4-H to an audience that wasn't traditionally used to seeing or learning about 4-H. So they could say that they were sharing information about 4-H's mission with other youth and adults at that event. And then the final little section, and this is what the last section of that form, that 10-page form that they have to stick to, is the 4-H impact. And this, to me, is the thing that makes the record book real to me. It's in 100 words or less, and have them check that wording. Detail what a difference 4-H has made in your life. And so they reflect on their 4-H and write that impact statement, and in a nice, tight, concise little package. And so I've shared with you here a few impact statements that we've had. And unfortunately, you know, some of these are phenomenal. Like this one right here, 4-H is this statement here. It's a phenomenal impact statement, but they right away are going to lose a lot of points because they went over that 100 word limit. And we're trying to teach that concise writing. And so often when we do applications or things, we are limited to a 100 words or 125 words. My daughter's doing applications for scholarships right now, and they only have so many words to summarize, say, a book or some life experience. And so we're trying to build that skill. And that's why we're really focused on the word count. But so these are just looking at the impact it has on them personally and how it goes on. And I would encourage your youth to look beyond that. I was shy and now I can talk in public, and really focus in on little intricacies of their life. You know, here we have, there's one of these shy intricacies, but you know, you can really get a feel for her personality when you read these impact statements. And that's really what we're looking at. And so these three would have gotten top marks. They're to what it applies to them personally. It shows their growth, what they got out of it. And whereas the second one is a phenomenal impact statement, it's not going to get the full marks because they went over. And so let me share with you what the judges are looking for. Again, and these aren't a lot of points in the grand scheme of the 4-H record book, but they're points you don't want to leave on the table. And so, for instance, on the awards, you're going to look at, you know, are they participating in competitive events? And are they participating in 4-H events? We want to see them doing district or local or state oramas as they progress up. They're involved in these competitions beyond just that club level. And we're also wanting to see lots of opportunity for that. So, you know, 2 to 3, and try to get things in their project area. Again, you're going to asterisk this, but we're looking for things related to what their project is. And again, promotion activities, we're just looking at a number. So they're just going to be counting and seeing how much they've, in that 5 years, how often have they done things to promote. We're not looking at 15 activities in 1 year. We're looking over the course of that entire record book. So we're just going to do a head number count, make sure it's not, oh, I wore my t-shirt to school that day. You know, we'll cross those out and not count those. And again, you can see in the impact, we're really focused on the number of words in that impact statement and making sure that it focuses on their personal experiences in 4-H, and not just the general thing, but how it really impacted their life. So with that, I am going to ask if there are any questions regarding the last 3 sections of that form. I can stop recording and let you guys ask away.